Let's go into business this evening. Dealers of spare parts at Abosokai in Accra are in talks with government to resolve issues regarding the 10% levy on import duty on spare parts, which is yet to take effect. Chairman of the association, Joseph Paddy, says the group is not disappointed in the delay of scrapping the levy and will remain patient and positive as discussions continue.
We have the 1% special levy that has been taking off for the spare parts dealers, as well as a 17.5% VAT on financial services. The main issue has to do with a 10% import duty on spare parts. And do you feel betrayed together as a group having the 10% import duty not in place now?
Not at all. We don't feel betrayed. I think government has a goodwill. For announcing it alone, it's a goodwill, and I don't think they are holding back their wares.
The delay in the removal of the 10% import duty on spare parts has also been attributed to Ghana signing on to the ECOWAS Common External Tariff Policy last year. This policy comes with some clauses which is hindering scrapping of the duty on imported spare parts.
There's a provision of a room for exemptions. So I don't think that will entangle us as a sovereign nation not to implement whatever policy government wants to do. So then they have to go back to ECOWAS for some of this to be ironed out.
Some dealers are, however, anticipating something positive comes out from the discussions with government.
We are patiently waiting because we know that, if it's coming down, everything has to be done wholesomely. So we are looking forward to the fact that, yes, it will come into being.
Nanekia Mensa Brampa, TV3, Abosokai.
All right, so that's the situation at Abosokai. I'm going to just have you take a look at random prices of some spare parts if you go to Abosokai right now before this 10% could actually take effect. What you see on your screens right now is what you would see if you got into Abosokai today or tomorrow. The fuel pump, if your fuel pump gets damaged and you want one, it's going to be between 70 and 400 Ghana cedis at Abosokai. For driving shafts, it ranges between 70 and 400 Ghana cedis. For clutches, the clutch disc, it also ranges between 60 and 700 Ghana cedis. And for headlights, it ranges between 150 cedis and 300 cedis, depending on the size and the make of that particular headlights that you intend to get. Now, for engine, depending on the size and the make of the engine, it ranges between 1,500 cedis and 100,000 cedis for engine. For batteries, the car battery, 21 plate, goes for 400 cedis. That is for a brand new 21 plate that's battery at Abosokai. These are the prices as representative now from the situation in Abosokai. Right, so it will just give you an idea of if the 10% takes effect, how much you're going to be buying these. But Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, has posted a pre-tax profit of 27.4 million cedis for the 2016 financial year. This represents a 462% year-on-year growth in profit.
The Universal Merchant Bank 2 years ago set out on an agenda of transforming into a first-tier bank. 2 years on, the foundations which were laid have begun to pay off, and this is attested to by the bank's impressive performance in the 2016 financial year. The bank posted a profit before tax of 27.4 million cedis from a loss position in excess of 7 million cedis recorded at the end of 2015. It again recorded an increase in customers' deposits from 80.7 million cedis in 2015 to 507.8 million cedis at the end of 2016, representing an increase of 57%.
The institution has turned the corner. We have a refreshed brand, a brand that is very much appealing, that has received a lot of investments. It's just a payback time. Everything that we do here, we want to let the customer know that we do not go at our pace, but we go at the client's pace.
Chief Executive Officer of Universal Merchant Bank, John Iwa, said UMB is being built to outlive its generation. The bank's total asset increased by 97%, as well as an 18% increase in net loans and advances.
We are going to 2 regions, that we are currently not. That takes us to 7 out of the 10 regions. So by next year, and perhaps end of next year, we will be represented fully in all the regions in the country. We'll be opening in the central region this year and also in the North region.
Johnny Waugh said the bank will take its services closer to its customers, increasing its branch network across the country to meet the needs of existing and potential customers.
Our core banking application is one of the best in the world. It's actually leading technology in terms of banking applications. The good thing about it is it allows for multi-plugins, so the interfacing is always seamless. You can always plug in a new application from a third-party vendor.
UMB, since its change in direction and subsequent rebranding from Merchant Bank, has attracted some of the best talents in the industry, and it's poised to be a top indigenous brand in the industry.
The Industrial and Commercial Workers Union has called on government to engage transport owners before increasing fuel prices in the future. General Secretary of the union, Solomon Kote, is of the view proper consultation will reduce agitations among commuters and transport operators.
Transport owners have already increased fuel prices to 15% effective April 15. The situation has triggered dissatisfaction among some government functionaries and the transport owners. Again, a cross-section of the public have also expressed concern about the increment. General Secretary of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union (ICU) is suggesting that government engages transport owners before announcing any increment.
We heard that the Ministry of Transport is engaging the GPRTU and the owners of vehicles, okay, and see whether this time around they will allow the automatic adjustment to be working as automatic adjustment, so that when it's up they move, when it's down they also move.
In another development, the ICU is of the view government should review the Ameri deal and those found culpable for misappropriation be dealt with.
For the fact that you are sponsoring me should not compromise my conscience and my thoughts. And if when the contract on Ameri was established, okay, they provided the same office, they gave the same facility. For me, I don't see this one as being going against any other law or any other rule.
The ICU has again asked government to provide alternative job opportunities for those in Galamsey operations.
An alternative must come in. An alternative in the same Galamsey, but where it is less hazardous to our waters, where it is less hazardous to our cocoa farms, where it's less hazardous to the Galamseyers themselves, their health.
All right, that's it for business this evening. Natalie is standing by. You already started feeling the pinch
of the
15% increase?
Not quite, but I'm sure I'd be feeling it. Have you started feeling the pinch?
Yeah.
You have.
You go to the pumps, you feel it a bit. Well, yeah.
In other stories, Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia says government will start issuing the national identification cards this year. Speaking at Ghana's Data Roadmap Forum in Accra, the Vice President insists government will also start the implementation of the digital addressing system to formalize the economy.
The two-day Ghana's Data Roadmap Forum was attended by development planners, representatives of the various United Nations organizations, and some civil society organizations. The participants at the forum are expected to deliberate on the most effective ways to produce, share, and communicate data and statistics over the coming years. Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia called on the participants to contribute towards production and usage of appropriate data. He announced government is taking steps to formalize the economy through data collection and processing.
This year, we are issuing national ID cards for the population. The second pillar is to make sure that where everybody lives is also identified. So we are implementing a digital addressing system this year so that we can identify every property or location.
According to him, government would not be able to measure impact of its policies and investment without accurate data.
It's the policy where we've had the equivalent of $1 million every constituency for those particular communities. And in addition to that, we've had the Inner City Development and Zongo Development Fund, where we have targeted development in these particular communities. But you will need data ultimately to see what the impact of this targeting is.
Acting government statistician Banwadi says production and usage of data will play a key role in Ghana's quest to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, which lays out a vision for the world in 2030.
We in Ghana are delighted to have recently joined the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, which is a multi-stakeholder network committed to harnessing the data revolution for sustainable development.
Similar fora have been held in Senegal, Kenya, Tanzania, Colombia, Philippines, and the United States of America.